What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? How you doing? Guess what time it is? Time for the weekly forecast. Weekly forecast time for all the signs. All right, well, you know what to do if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. Just check the description of this video, and that's where you'll find everything you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. All right, let's just jump on into this, man. Let's see what we got for Aries. What do we got for Aries? What's going on between Aries and the person they're dealing with? Let's see. Whoa, Three of Swords. Uh-oh. One fell on the floor there. All right. Could possibly have been a third-party situation for some of you. I know that's not all of you. But there's an awful lot of unhealed heartbreak. Man, I can't help it. This has third party written all over it. This has third party written all over it. And for some of you, it may not have just been a third party, but there could possibly be a fourth, fifth, and sixth party for some of you. Whatever kind of situation this is you're dealing with, I highly doubt that the person you're dealing with is dealing with only you. Highly doubt it. I can't steer around that, dude. Three of Swords, Three of Cups, Seven of Cups. I'd say you'd be lucky if it was just a third party situation. Kind of feels to me like, even if, okay, so let's say it's not a third party situation. Well, whoever this is that you're dealing with, if they had the ability, I think they would have a DM full of other people. Feel like you are walking away from this, though, whatever it is, it's not really giving me a whole lot of anything. This is telling me that this is either something you're about to walk away from or something you just recently walked away from. Kind of feels to me like you dealt with somebody that they do not have just eyes for just you. I don't think so. That's all this is really telling me, man. That's weird. Let's just see what's due to come in next. What's coming in next for Aries? I'm not going to keep digging when it wants to spin in circles like that. If it spins in circles like that for this video, I'm not going to keep digging. I'm just going to move on to the next part. What's coming in next? What's coming in next for Aries? Ooh, some of y'all are going to be connected with somebody at the workplace. Yeah. Kind of looks like somebody at the workplace for some of you is trying to slide their way in for a sex-based connection. That's what it kind of looks like to me, but I don't know how far it's really going to go because this kind of feels like you ain't even really all that into this person. Not really, maybe a little bit, but for the very most part, I'm feeling like you're connecting with somebody that you're either not interested in or you're losing interest in them real quick. One of the two. And I think it's probably because like you are like insanely intuitive. You don't waste a whole lot of time sitting around overthinking shit. You feel it and you act on it immediately. And you can tell this person ain't really trying to settle down and have nothing like serious. Okay. Well, okay, let's do the advice. All right, now I see how I'm going to read this. Okay. All right, what's the advice for Aries? Hey, man. Eight of Cups, don't be afraid to walk away from something, especially if it don't feel right. But, hey, don't let it turn into drama, though. I know. Y'all like to tell people what time it is. I get it. And there's a time and a place for that. I'm not saying that that's like never, ever necessary. But especially when you're kind of in the middle of this transition like you are right now, like between relationships, especially if you're healing from something that came to an end, and you're going from that process between healing from heartbreak and attracting your life partner, right? If you're wanting to attract your person, allowing drama to fester up between you and somebody who's trying to play games with you is just going to slow you down and hold you back. I'm not saying that excuses shitty behavior. I'm not saying that what they're doing is okay. But when you feel that something's off and somebody's blowing smoke up your ass and somebody's playing games with you, just back away. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Don't resort to drama unless you like have to. Unless, and look what fell out on the table. Or on the floor, rather. Five of Wands Tower card. Don't let it pop off into drama unless you have to. Like, if you telling somebody like, nah, I'm good. You know, you're putting your foot down, you're setting your boundaries, and they ain't respecting those boundaries, and you keep making it clear, no, leave me alone. And they just ain't leaving you alone, then okay. All right. If you want to pop off and you know, get ugly and crazy, then cool. That's totally cool. But try to avoid that. Do the best you can to avoid that. It's kind of like how they teach you in martial arts. I took martial arts my whole childhood. Like right alongside playing guitar. I played guitar and I took martial arts. That was like my whole childhood. And what they would tell you the same thing. Like, here's how you can fuck somebody up, but don't do it unless you absolutely fucking have to. If you're put in a position where you have no choice, then here's how to fuck somebody up before they can blink their eyes. But don't do it unless you absolutely have to. You see what I'm saying? Similarly. All right. Taurus. What's happening between Taurus and the person or situation they're dealing with? Situation troubling you the most. What's going on with the situation troubling Taurus the most? Let's see. Well, somebody does want to make things right with you. Whoever this is, they do want to make things right with you, though, for real. This is telling me, though, that you ain't having it. Maybe. Okay, all right. That's why you ain't having it. Okay. So you can, maybe for some of you, this feels like, for the majority of you, I think this is probably somebody you've already given multiple chances to before, isn't it? Like, you've already given them chance after chance after chance, and they just keep showing you every time you give them a chance. You give an inch, they take a mile. You give them a chance, they're gonna take advantage of you. Either that, or you can just feel this person's energy, right? Like, this person wants to make things right with you, but they're not actually trying to make things right. They're just trying to get their way. But I think a lot of you are putting your foot down, standing on business, and holding back this time, ain't you? Could be an Aries or a Leo for some of you. Okay. Yeah, you're finally coming to your senses about this person. Finally seeing the truth. You're not ignoring the truth about this situation no more. And it looks like you standing on business and walking away. Standing on business and walking away. Okay. All right, well, what's coming in next? What's coming in next for Taurus? What's coming in next? Some of y'all could be connecting with somebody at a distance, possibly. Could be a long distance connection trying to come in. We got that Chariot there. Man, that's a badass Chariot card too, isn't it? Look at that. Any tarot readers watching me? Y'all get this little Halloween deck? Has anybody else ever seen this before? I got this a few years back. pretty cool. You got to look pretty close at it though. It takes a little bit to get used to it, but look at that chariot. It's a fucking pumpkin head driving a hearse with a black cat sitting next to him. Anyway though, so yeah, some of y'all could possibly have a Cancer headed your way, but feels like for a lot of you, there's somebody possibly at a distance trying to make their way in. Hang on. Let me see what else comes through here. Whether it's a distance or not, it's coming in pretty damn quick. Pretty damn quick. And look, we got the 10 of Cups here. We got the 10 of Cups, man. So it does look like long-term stable commitments coming in, though. And again, for a few of you, it could involve travel. Having to travel and move for some of you. All right, well, that's about all this is telling me here. But still, you got somebody wanting to make things right with you, though. But again, they're not trying to make things right. They're not. This is kind of like, have you been in that like friendship or relationship or whatever it is where the two of you fall out, and then the person comes back swearing up and down, you know, I'm sorry, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then as soon as you let them back in, they do it again. And then you split, and then they come back, same old story, same old song and dance. And then they do it again, right? It's kind of what this feels like to me. So, but I am really feeling though, like you don't really have any other miscellaneous contracts due to come in. You've cleared your karma. You've learned all your lessons. Now, ain't nothing left but your person. What's the advice for Taurus? What is the advice? Ooh. You know what that is, right? 10 of Swords reversed. Healing. The Tower card. So, for those of you who have something in your past, if the universe done hit the tower with lightning, that means that it was time for that tower to fall. Especially those of you who keep extinguishing the flames and trying to rebuild the tower every time the universe try to knock it down. I know there's a few of you. Lightning hit the tower, pow! You know, you rush in with the fire department, put the flames out, start redecorating, remodeling, trying to rebuild the tower. Then here come the universe again, pow! Then you rush in there, put the flames out, start repainting the walls. Then here it come again, pow! Let the tower burn. Let it burn to the ground. And once it's just a pile of ash, get to work cleaning that shit up. And clear out all the bullshit from the past so that the universe can bless you with what is meant for you. In the meantime, do the best you can to kick it with people that actually love you. Friends, family. Go out and have a good time. Fuck, go out and have a damn drink if you have to. Just do something to get your vibe up, right? And hey, as soon as you match and maintain that energy of love and abundance in here, that's when you'll attract the person that harmoniously resonates with love and abundance. Don't be afraid to go hermit for a little bit. See, that's the thing about the hermit that some people don't understand. You hear that word hermit and you think somebody that just goes and isolates and cuts themselves off from the world. No, the hermit, he's not by himself all the time. He just knows when to remove himself from the noise of the world to collect his thoughts and you know, get himself together. And then once he gets his vibe right, then he goes back out into the noise of the world. All right, Gemini. Gemini, what can we tell Gemini about the situation troubling them the most? Situation troubling Gemini the most. You waiting on hearing from somebody? I don't know if you're waiting on a past person to come back or a potential love interest to come forward. But whatever you're waiting on, it looks like you're still waiting. Man, some of you, it could be block communication for some of you. But this feels for the majority, I can't steer around it. This feels for the majority of you like you're waiting on communication from somebody from the past. That's what this feels like to me. If it's not a past person, whoever it is you're waiting on communication, Knight of Swords reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, Knight of Cups reversed. Whoever you're waiting on to come forward ain't coming forward. And I can't help it. I think for the vast majority of you, it's a past person, because both of my karma cards came out in the reverse in this spread, indicating unfinished business, an incomplete karmic contract, or at least a karmic tie you created. Because especially over the past year, you know what I've been seeing more over 2024 than any other year of my career? What makes up a good 75% of the personal readings that I do about a past person, I'm seeing so many people dealing with a situation in which they cleared and completed the original contract, and in the process of doing that, created more karma on top of it. I have seen that more in 2024 than all the 6 years I've been doing this. So if that could be the case for some of you too, but regardless, there is a karmic tie here. But it doesn't really look like a lot of movements happening here. Doesn't look like it. Looks like crickets. Let's see what's due to come in next for Gemini. What is due to come in next for Gemini? What's due to come in next for Gemini? Boom. Uh-oh. You're going to be tested. You are going to be tested. Yep, it's time to start a new cycle. Yep, time to start a whole new cycle. So, you all have followed me long enough. When are you tested? When it's time to level up. When it's time to level up. Now, the universe does not bring you the test when you're not ready for it. Meaning, if you haven't done enough healing. The universe only brings you a test when you have done enough healing to where you would be able to pass the test if you learned the lesson. So whenever you've done just enough healing to where you're ready to be put to the test, you'll be tested. The universe will put you in a situation that either mirrors or is very similar to something that you've experienced in the past. There'll be some sort of red flags that show themselves that you've experienced in the past. And the question is, are you ready to evolve or repeat? Evolve or repeat? So, for those of you that passed the test, bam! Before 2024 is over, I could see you either with your divine life partner or at least somebody that you could build a life partnership with if you really wanted to, if you put forth the work. You know, your divine partner isn't the only person on the planet that you could build a life partnership with, right? Yes, there is one person very, very specifically that matches with your energy better than anybody else on the planet. But that's not the only person you could build a life partnership with. See what I'm saying? What's the advice for Gemini? What is the advice? Hey, man. Hey. Just remember that you're the one responsible for your own happiness. If I had to make a list of the top 3 leading causes of relationship failure, somewhere on that list would be people expect a relationship to be their only source of happiness. So many people believe that they won't be happy until after they're in the relationship. They believe that the relationship or the person is what is going to make them happy. And it don't work that way. If it worked that way, I wouldn't have a job. So just remember that you are the one responsible for your own happiness. Don't give the key to your happiness to anybody else. Not even your divine life partner can make you happy. Oh, no, they can't. Oh, no, they can't. So, as corny and cheesy as that may sound, you would be surprised when you are truly in charge of your own frequency, your own energy, and your own happiness, how sensitive your bullshit-o-meter is. You're going to have the most sensitive bullshit-o-meter on the planet. And what does that mean? When you have a sensitive bullshit-o-meter, that means you'll pass a test with flying colors. Ain't no test you won't pass when you got a sensitive bullshit-o-meter. Because you're coming from a place of, I'm already happy. I'm good. I'm whole, fulfilled, and complete. So why would I bring you into my life? What's the point in bringing somebody into my life? I don't need you to make me happy. I don't need you to complete me. I don't need you to be my peace. So what's the point? Why would I bring you into my life? We have to be able to actually add to each other's lives. And your bullshit-o-meter is going to be so sensitive, you'll smell bullshit on somebody from a mile away. And you'll pass a test with flying colors. Believe that. Believe that. All right. Cancer. Hang on just a second, y'all. All right. What can we tell the Cancerian collective about the situation troubling them the most? Boo boop be doo. Uh-oh, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this situation is really starting to affect you in other areas and aspects of your life. And it's getting to the point to where people can tell that something's bothering you. I don't know if they may necessarily say something right away, but like people at the workplace, acquaintances, family, people can look at you and tell something's going on with you. Some people may approach you and ask you possibly, you all right? You been doing all right? Maybe your manager, your boss, or whatever walk up to you at work, hey, you been doing all right? Everything all good? And some of you may just, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm good. And they're like, bullshit. They can tell. It's starting to become obvious. So some of you are just trying to take a break from dating altogether and not mess with nobody. Others of you may feel like you don't have any options, or no matter who you connect with, you just don't feel a really deep, intense connection. So whoever this person is that is weighing so heavily on your mind, I'm being told to tell you that the two of you successfully cleared and completed your contract. Successfully. So whether this is something that you already walked away from or something that you're about to walk away from or need to walk away from, it's been cleared and completed. So try not to fight the universe too hard, because what the universe is doing right now is applying pressure slowly. And especially if this is something you haven't walked away from yet. If you continue to be stubborn and fight against the universe, it's going to keep applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure and applying pressure. And at some point, if you don't pay attention to that universal nudge of discomfort and make a move when it's time, that's when the universe kicks the tower over on you. That's when. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Aquarius, Virgo, and Taurus here. What's coming in next? What's the next person due to come in? Next contract due to come in. Man, look at that. This is another thing that I've been seeing more in 2024 than any year of my career. So many people, and you know what it is too? It's because of the new world that we're moving into. We're moving into a world. Now, this is for everybody, not just Cancer. I need to make a video about this. I'm thinking about that. But we're moving into a world where the karma game won't exist anymore. You know that's what we're moving into, right? The karma game won't exist in the new world. Because here's how the karma game works, okay? Me and you are soul family, right? And we're up at source. And we're taking a look down here at this little earth game, and we're planning our life, right? I'm gonna go down to earth and I'm gonna play this character named Joe, right? And hey, how about you come play the part as my wife? And we're gonna do this, and it's gonna happen like this, and we're gonna do this and that and this and that, and we make this big elaborate plan. Well, the whole thing about the earth game is that when you get down here, you forget the fucking plan. That's the game. Let's make a plan and see if we can get it right. We never get it 100% right, do we? Oh man, we fuck it up royally. And then we leave here, we take a look back, it all comes rushing back, and we're like, oh yeah, we fucked that up, didn't we? Damn it. All right, I got a better idea. Let's go back and try it again, only this time you be the husband, I'll be the wife, right? Long story short, now it gets much deeper and more nuanced and convoluted than that, but in a nutshell, that's pretty much the karma game in a nutshell. Well, we're moving into a world where our amnesia is starting to dissipate. Within the next 20 years or so, that amnesia that we have, not knowing who the hell we are, it's going to start dwindling away and dwindling away and dwindling away. And within 30 years, pretty much everybody on the planet is going to know exactly who the fuck they are. They're going to know exactly where they came from. There will be no more amnesia. Therefore, the karma game won't work. So again, I'm summarizing it and trying to jam it into a nutshell. So 2024 is the year that everybody's been clearing karma, clearing karma, clearing karma, clearing it, to get the last little bit of the 3D game out of planet Earth before it splits. So you ain't got nothing due to come in but your person. That's all it's due. But does that mean that that's the next person that's going to come in? No. That means that's the next contract that's due. I do readings for people dealing with a person that they have no contract with all the time. All the time. At least once a day. At least. Minimum. Okay. But like I said, I am seeing somebody else that is interested in you. There is somebody interested in you, but now the karma card is in the upright. There is somebody interested in you. It'll just be a matter of whether or not, when you're faced with this opportunity, it'll all be a matter of which path you choose to take. So, yep. Now, for those of you who don't know, that's the Seven of Swords. That's the sneaky, deceitful little fuck bag right there. So somebody probably gonna try to make their way into your life and play some games with you. The question is, you smell the bullshit. That's the question. What's the advice? Advice for Cancer. Hey, look at that. That's the Chariot. That is the Cancer card. And it has like serious Two of Wands vibes in it too. It's kind of weird. That's weird. That's a strange card in this deck. But you're going to have a decision to make. You're going to have a decision to make. So the only thing that I can really tell you is the same thing I told Gemini. Be sure that you're standing really strong in your emotional independence. Long as you're emotionally independent, you'll smell the bullshit on somebody from a mile away. Same thing I told Gemini. Same thing. Emotional independence does not mean alone. That's not what emotional independence means. You hear that word independent, and the first thing people think when they hear the word independent is alone. No, that's not what it means. Emotional independence means I don't depend on anyone to make me feel the way I want to feel. I make me feel the way I want to feel. That's what emotional independence means, in the long story short of it. And just like I told Gemini, what do you think's gonna happen if somebody tries to approach this lady right here and blow smoke up her ass? What do you think's gonna happen? You think she's gonna fall for it? Hell no, man. She's fucking enjoying herself. She'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Leave me and my cat alone. We sitting here chilling by the beach. I'm good. She gonna smell the bullshit from a mile away. All right. All right, Leo. Leo. What can we tell Leo about the situation troubling them the most? Ooh, 9 of Wands. So this person definitely has their guard up. Absolutely. Uh-oh, that looks like a reconciliation attempt right there. Somebody's planning a reconciliation attempt. It's hard to say whether or not they're actually doing it, though. It's hard to say. This is definitely really heavy past person energy here, though. Really heavy. Really heavy. With the Death card reversed, 6 of Swords. So this person is either A, planning on reconciling with you. They may be waiting for you to let your guard down, because they keeping a real close eye on you. They stalking the shit out you. But they're planning for it. Oh, they absolutely are. They're either planning on coming forward when you let your guard down, or they're planning on what they would say if you were to be the one to come forward. I think, honestly, this person's convinced that you're going to come running and chasing after them for some reason. Why are they convinced of that? I don't know. Have you done that before? I don't know. No idea, man. All right, well, let's see the outcome and or what's coming in next. What's coming in next? Is the past person coming back, or is something new coming in for Leo? Past person coming back or new person coming in? Ooh, 5 of Cups reversed. Uh-oh, y'all ain't gonna want to hear that. Hang on, let me see what else comes through. See what else comes through. Boom. 5 of Wands reversed. Well, right now, the universe is putting, okay, so it's what I like to refer to as the universe has red tape around you right now, okay? The universe has red tape around you. So whoever this person was, okay, here's the analogy I like to use. Imagine that you're like a cell phone, okay? And this person drained you down to 2% battery. 2%. So the universe plugged you up, set you in the corner, and said, stay away from that. It's charging. This being is healing. Nobody go near this being. This being is off limits right now because they are healing. Now, why would the universe put red tape around you while you're healing? Because the primary law is the law of vibration. You're only able to attract in according to the frequency in which you vibrate. So the universe, you're a magnet right now for low frequency people. And there's no judgment involved here, okay? Sometimes people get real pissed off when you say that to them. There's no judgment. It doesn't mean that you're a good person or a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're a smart person or a dumb person. You're just a human being who's vibrating at a very low frequency right now. And the majority of you have every right to be vibrating at a low frequency. That doesn't that doesn't make you a bad person. So the universe put red tape around you and is giving you the chance to do some healing. You are right smack dab in the middle of a massive transformational process. Massive. So here's the thing, okay? So what's coming in next? Well, right now, one or two things is going to happen. Either A, you're going to successfully heal from and release whoever this person is on your own, or when the time is right, the universe is going to pop open a door of opportunity for you and this person to come together and get closure. But the universe will not do that when the time is not right. If there's a chance that that could fuck up your path, the universe won't do it. But the next person due to come in is somebody you do not know. So for those of you wondering whether or not you know the person coming in next, no, you don't. I get that question a lot, a whole lot. That's probably one of my most frequently asked questions in my readings. Do I know the person that's coming in next, or is it somebody I haven't met? No, you do not know the person coming in next. What's the advice for Leo? What is the advice? How did I know that, man? How did I know that? Okay, so what do most people do when the universe puts red tape around them? Most people, what do? They say, fuck that, and they cut that red tape and bring somebody in anyway. And this is what happens. So, all I'm going to say is, if you choose to cut the red tape and bring somebody in anyways, cool. You're a grown-ass adult with free will. You can do whatever the hell you want. But just do the best you can to not have really, really, really crazy expectations. Try, at least. Since the primary law is the law of vibration, the primary goal should be healing. Hang out with people that actually care about you. Go out and hang out with friends. Have a good old time. At some point, well, I already told you that. So at some point, like I said, either you're going to figure out how to release and heal from this on your own, or the universe is going to pop open a door of opportunity to allow you and this person to get closure together. If it ends up being the latter rather than the former, just know the universe is not bringing this person back into your life for them to be a solid, permanent part of your life. If the universe brings a person from the past back into your life, that is so that you can get closure and release it. All right, Virgo. Virgo, what can we tell Virgo about the person or situation troubling them the most? What can we tell Virgo? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, somebody got their eye on you. Some of y'all, I hate giving real specific messages like this, but I feel like those of you who really, really, really need to hear this, you got a fire sign keeping a real close eye on you. But could be anybody. Could be anybody. Now, this person's giving you the silent treatment because it looks like you just do not give a fuck about their existence. That's the way it appears to them. So they're trying to match that energy. And the longer time passes without you running and chasing after them, the more sleep they're losing. They be losing sleep. They losing all kinds of sleep. They were convinced that you were coming back. They've been waiting. They've been sitting there with their phone in their hand just waiting. Now, Virgo gonna hit me up today. Virgo gonna hit me up today. And then you didn't. Okay. Virgo gonna hit me up tomorrow. And then every day that passes now, like reality starting to set in. And now they're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Maybe it's really like over for real, for real. Now they're getting freaked out. Because they didn't think, first of all, they didn't ever think this would come to an end. But second of all, if it did come to an end, they swore up and down that you would be back. Maybe some of you have done that before. I don't know. But reality is starting to sink in on them. Starting to hit them in the head real hard with a dose of fucking reality. Well, what's coming in next? What's coming in next for Virgo? Oh, Two of Swords. So the next person coming in, hang on. Yeah, see, the next person coming in, they may be a little bit emotionally closed off, a little bit emotionally detached, or just maybe a little bit emotionally immature. And I'm just getting a real strong energy from you of not knowing whether or not you want to actually settle down with this person. Now, here's the thing. It's not telling me why they're emotionally detached. It's not telling me why. But the next person you end up connecting with is not really opening up to you very quickly. And you are doing the best that you can to keep your head on straight. So you're not going into this, you know, letting the wool get pulled over your eyes. You're keeping your head on straight. You're not going to get swept up off your feet by another idiot that's just going to play games. So you're up in your head. Something about this situation doesn't feel right. Up in your head, overthinking it, losing sleep over it. Let's get the advice. What is the advice? Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, 5 of Cups. Okay, so don't extend or accept any offers from any people, from anybody, period, while you're confused about how they feel or while you're confused about their intentions. You know, it blows my mind how many people, at least 5 times a week, I'll do a reading where somebody has been dating somebody for upwards of 6 months to a year, and they don't know how that person feels about them. They've been dating somebody for 8 months, and they don't know what that person's intentions are. Don't extend or accept any offers. Don't make anything official when you're not 100% sure exactly what somebody's intentions are. So the next person that you connect with, make it very, very clear that we just gonna talk. We just gonna go through a little talking phase. Matter of fact, you know what? Do this. Set boundaries in the beginning. Let it be known. Hey, we just talking right now. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Keep them at an arm's distance and set boundaries. And see if they respect your boundaries. I got a good idea that they're going to start testing your boundaries. I'm going to tell you all what right now. That'll tell you everything you need to know about somebody in the beginning. Everything you need to know. Everything. A question that I get very frequently is, how do I know if somebody is trying to manipulate me? There's a really easy way to find out whether or not somebody's trying to manipulate you. Set boundaries. That's all you got to do. Set boundaries. A person who is not trying to manipulate you will respect your boundaries even when it doesn't benefit them. Even if they get nothing out of it, doesn't benefit them, doesn't do them any good. That's how you feel? For real? All right then, cool. It is what it is. That person's not trying to manipulate you. A person who is trying to manipulate you will test your boundaries. They'll push your boundaries. They'll poke. And most manipulators are very comfortable with being able to get what they want from people. So if you're stubborn enough and hard-headed enough and you put your foot down and you keep it there, and they can't get what they want out of you, they can't persuade you, they can't change your mind, they start getting frustrated. They start getting pissed. They start getting an attitude. They start getting mad. And then eventually, they're going to blow up on you. They're going to blow up and throw a fit. And they're going to start shaming you and guilt tripping you and calling you names and trying to make you feel bad because they can't get what they want out of you. That's how you know that person was trying to manipulate you. All you got to do is set some fucking boundaries. That's it. That's it. You don't know who somebody is until they don't get their way. All right. Who was that? Virgo? Okay. Libra. Libra. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What jumped out here? Ten of Cups reverse just flipped over. You know what? I'm going to put that back in the deck. I'm going to put it back in the deck. Libra. What can we tell Libra about the situation troubling them the most? What can we tell Libra about the situation troubling them the most? Eight of Swords. Whoa. It's about time to retire this damn deck. Oh. Some of you are dealing with a situation, a person that I think you've been kind of trying to ignore the red flags. There was a lot of red flags here. I don't know if you just didn't see the red flags or if you ignored them on purpose. I don't know, but regardless, it does look like this is something, I think this is something you already walked away from, for real. I think so, with the Eight of Cups, Five of Wands. This is kind of telling me, though, that the red flags were there the whole time, and you either ignored them on purpose, or maybe you just straight up didn't see the red flags. Maybe you really didn't. Maybe you didn't. But there is a karmic tie between you and this person. I think they're about to come forward, though. They're waiting on the right opportunity to come forward. Have you been on and off with this person? This has on and off written all over it. I'm feeling like probably the majority of you who need to hear this message have been on and off with them. I know that's not all of you, but this does have on and off written all over it. If you haven't been on and off with this person and you let them come back into your life, it'll turn into an on and off. It'll turn into a repeat cycle. King of Swords reversed and the Seven of Swords. Some of y'all dealt with a sneaky, shitty, gaslighting ass little narcissist. All right, damn dog. Wow. Could be a Leo for some of you. Also have Aquarius here. Who's coming in next then? Who's coming in next for Libra? Ace of Cups. Oh man, I think, yup, I'm really seriously thinking that you're probably not going to be able to make it through the next couple of months without a reconciliation attempt from this person. I feel like there's going to be communication. They're going to start poking at you to try to get your attention. And if they don't get your attention, they just going to straight up come forward. They going to straight up come forward. Blowing all kinds of smoke up your ass. Throwing a pity party, boo-hoo, poor pitiful me, you know. But trust me, they're not really trying to make things right. This is all about them. They don't give a fuck. They're going to throw a little pity party. I'm thinking you ain't going to be able to make it through the next couple of months without a reconciliation attempt from a past person. Some of you dealt with an Aries. Could be a fellow Libra for some of you. Yeah, man. Damn, dog. And no matter what decision you make, no matter if you straight up shoot them down or you genuinely try to bring them back into your life, it's going to be temporary. It'll be temporary. It'll be a real quick on and off. They'll come back and disappear just as quick as they came back. And sometimes we got to go through that, man. Sometimes. It's just a matter. The only thing, it kind of gets dangerous when we keep letting somebody show us their true colors over and over and over, and we don't get the message. What's the advice for Libra? What's the advice? Page of Cups reversed. Well, here's the thing. This is what's so tricky about a situation like this. I can tell you until I'm blue in the face that this is not somebody you need in your life. But you need to be able to see that yourself. You need to be able to come to that decision yourself. So all I'm going to say is, if you do let this person come back into your life, okay, cool. But at some point, draw the line. How many times are they going to keep showing you who they are before you believe them? Showing you who they are, not telling you. Don't listen to their words. Showing you who they are. Pay attention to what their actions are, not what their mouth says. And I think for a lot of you, this person's words just don't match up with their actions. And some of you may just be hanging on to them words a little bit too hard, man. Pay attention to their actions. Once they show you, once, twice, 3 times, who they are and what they're going to do, believe them. All right, Scorpio. What can we tell Scorpio about the situation troubling them the most? Situation troubling Scorpio the most. Ooh, 9 of Swords reversed. Okay, well, this actually kind of feels like something that you're getting over, honestly. You may have lost a lot of sleep over this situation, but you're not really anymore. I'm not saying you're 100% over it, but you're actually getting over it. Man, feels like something you done walked away from. Walked away from something that came to an end. Boy, they keeping a real close eye on you. Somebody from the past, but look at this. Moving on. Walking away. Over. That's all this is telling me. You're starting new and starting fresh. And no matter how bad it hurts, because for some of you, I do think it is a painful decision. But you're starting new, starting fresh, and you're making a final decision. Final decision. You may be questioning whether or not you're making the right decision, but you're a fixed sign. Once you make a decision, you're sticking to it. All right? Even if you end up regretting the decision, you're still sticking to it. Okay. That's all this is telling me here. Okay, so maybe I think the majority of you that need to hear this message probably just need the validation that you made the right decision. That makes up another good little chunk of the readings that I do, where somebody will come to me after having made a difficult decision, basically just wanting to know if they made the right decision. 98 to 99% of the time, it was the right decision. Now, that's not 100% of the time. There are exceptions to everything. Every once in a while, I'll read a situation where somebody walked away from something that it wasn't time to walk away from yet, wasn't supposed to come to an end, wasn't time for it to come to an end. All right, I see that every now and then. I'm not saying that never happens, but the majority of the time, when you walk away from something, it was time to walk away. Either that, or even if it wasn't time to walk away, that was still the best decision you could make, given the circumstances that you have here. All right, well, let's see what's coming in next. Something new coming in or something old coming back? What's coming in next for Scorpio? Who's the next person coming in? Queen of Swords reversed. Well, honestly, I'm kind of seeing several potential love interests, right? I don't know if this means that you're just going to be dating around a lot, or if you're just kind of keeping your options open. But with the Seven of Cups here and the Nine of Wands, several potential love interests, but I think you're just still too guarded to let anybody in right now. Yeah. You're not really making a decision just yet. You got your guard up. You don't really know if you're ready to let somebody in. And you definitely ain't just going to bring the first person in that shows you some attention. You're being very, very, very strategic and methodical about everybody you connect with. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because that puts you in this energy, Nine of Cups. What comes after the Nine of Cups? The Ten of Cups. That's not done that way by accident. Oh, it's looking pretty good though. I knew it. I knew it. Lover's card. So, what's due to come in? Your person. That's the next contract due. But between now and your person, there will be several potential love interests. But like I told Gemini and Cancer, long as you standing in this energy, your bullshit-o-meter is sensitive. Real sensitive. And you'll probably talk to several different people, connect with several different people, possibly go out on several different dates. And then usually right when you decide to give up and throw in the white towel and say, fuck it, boom, that's when they show up. That's when they show up, when you release it and let it go. Now, one of my favorite things to do in personal readings is I like to explain the quantum physics behind why that happens that way. You know, you all hear everybody say that all the time. You'll meet your person when you least expect it. You'll find them when you stop looking for them. I know you've heard that. But have you ever heard why that is? There's quantum physics behind that. Oh, yes, there is. That's not a coincidence. That's not just something that happens to some people. It's not just something that happens every now and then. There's actual science and quantum physics behind why you meet your person when you least expect it. One thing I like to break down and explain to my personal clients. I just did last night. All right. What part am I on right now? Okay, hang on. Let's see some advice. Some advice for Scorpio. What's the advice? I knew that was gonna fucking happen, dude. I knew it. Nine of Cups. Stand tall and stand strong in that emotional independence. Again, I'll tell you, just like I told Gemini and Cancer, emotional independence does not mean alone. When we hear that word independent, the first thing we think is alone. Independent does not mean alone. It means you don't depend on anyone. You can be happily married to your divine life partner and have a huge group of friends and family and still be the most independent fucking person that ever walked the face of the earth. Emotional independence does not mean I'm alone. Now, are there some emotionally independent people who choose to be alone? Absolutely, but that's not what it means intrinsically. Emotional independence means I don't depend on a person to create my happiness for me. I don't depend on another individual to fill the void in my heart and complete me. That's all that means. And as long as you're standing tall and strong in that energy, you'll be able to smell the bullshit from a mile away if somebody tries to play games with you. If I had to make a list of the top 5 leading causes of people going to their deathbed having never met their life partner, somewhere on that list would be not knowing how to identify who is not their person. And they end up spinning in circles, wasting too much time with the wrong person, trying to force a connection to work with somebody who's not their person. You can bypass your person. Yes, you can. I do see that happen every now and then in my line of work. Doesn't happen all the time, but I have seen it happen throughout my career, where for whatever reason, whether somebody was just in the wrong relationship for too long, or they went out and isolated themselves for too long without doing any healing, for whatever the reason is, and you can bypass that person. But the universe can bring somebody else in to take their place. So it's never too late. You're never destined to be alone, but you can bypass the one divine partner that was picked out for you. But let's say you do that. Let's say you pass it up. You pass up that timeline, it's too late. The universe brings somebody else into their life to take your place, and the universe can bring somebody into your life to take their place, as long as you match the vibration. That's the caveat there. You have to be vibrating at a frequency that harmoniously resonates with happiness, love, and abundance. All right, Sagittarius. What can we tell Sagittarius about the situation troubling them the most? What can we tell the Sagittarius collective about the situation troubling them the most. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Ooh, you manifesting big things, Sagittarius. You manifesting big things. Okay. Oh, wow. I haven't seen this come through in forever. Okay. So, a lot of you are manifesting big things right now, but it may not look like it. It might look like everything is going wrong. It might look like your manifestation is never going to happen. But I'm telling you, you're on the right path. On the manifestation path, you are going to encounter challenges, obstacles. You're going to go through a shitty phase where it feels like things are going wrong and everything's working against you. That is a normal part of the manifestation path. It's totally normal. I know there's a lot of fake fucking manifestation gurus on the internet that like to try to bullshit you into believing that all you have to do is say this affirmation, jump down, turn around, fart and cough a couple of times, and your new dream car will roll up into your driveway. No, that's bullshit. You are going to go through a shitty period. You will. Now, how long will that shitty period last? That's different for everybody. Depends on how big of a vibrational jump you're making. But you're going to go through a shitty period. I don't know. This is a strange. I haven't seen this come through in forever. You are on the path headed straight towards your manifestation. Don't get off your path. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't change paths. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not making the wrong decision. You're going through a lot of things right now that are teaching you lessons that you are going to need to learn before the universe can give you your manifestation. So right now, if the universe was to hand you your manifestation right now, you would sabotage it. You would sabotage it. And that's nothing against you. I'm not saying that you're doing something wrong. But you're being prepared for big things. Big things. That's all this is telling me. But it is also telling me, too, that you are very, very tightly, energetically tied to somebody. Feels like a past person to me. A lot of emotional codependency energy in here. And possibly several potential love options, love interests, but nothing that really sticks. So a lot of you just may be kind of feeling like you're about ready to give up on it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay on that path. Well, let's see what is coming in next for Sagittarius. What's coming in next? King of Wands, boo-boo. King of Wands. So the next person due to come in, let me tell you a little something about the next person coming in. Nine of Cups upright. The next person coming in ain't playing games. Matter of fact, the next person coming in ain't afraid of being alone. You're going to be able to tell right away that they ain't playing games because they're not afraid to walk out the door. I know that may sound kind of daunting. It sounds fucked up when you talk about it, but when you're actually face to face with somebody like that, it is a fucking breath of fresh air. When two people come together who are so fucking sick and tired of playing games that they're not afraid of being alone, that's when two people can build a life partnership. Think about it. Think about it. If I ain't playing no fucking games, I'm not going to let anybody come into my life who is. You bringing drama into my life? Deuces. Bye. Bye. Later. I'm not arguing with you over silly, petty, meaningless little nonsense. I'm not going to be your emotional punching bag just because you have unhealed trauma from somebody else. I ain't doing that. No. I'll walk out the fucking door if you're bringing that energy into my life. I ain't playing games. Again, I know it sounds fucked up, but when you're with somebody like that, it's like, whew, well, good. At least you ain't wasting my fucking time. I'm telling you, stay on the path that you're on right now. It might be hurtful. It very well may. A lot of healing needs to be done. But when you least expect it, the universe is going to slap you with some blessings. Slap you with some blessings. Any advice? The Hierophant. Just know that what you're going through right now is creating wisdom. What you're going through right now. It's creating wisdom that you are going to have before you can sustain the manifestation that you're working on. Just know that. I promise you. For those of you who do stay on the path, one of these days you're going to be looking back at everything you're going through right now, and it's going to make sense. It's going to make perfect sense. So now it's just a question of whether or not you trust the universe. Everybody says they trust the universe. It's easy to say that when things are going good, isn't it? But man, when things ain't going good, it's hard, isn't it? Oh, it's hard. I will never be the one to stand up here and tell you that it's easy. When shit ain't going the way you want it to go, am I coming in clear? Hang on a second. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that means it's time to move on then. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn. I want to make sure that's not going to happen again, though. Capricorn. What can we tell Capricorn about the situation troubling them the most? Oh, man. Look at that. Ten of Swords. Whatever the situation is, you are finally giving up, throwing in the white towel. Finally throwing in the white towel. This, for some of you, feels like that this situation has a lot of time behind it for a lot of you. May not be all of you. Some of you could have kids with this person possibly. But the energy behind this feels like there was a lot of time behind this. Like this is either a long-term relationship, or maybe you and this person had a long-term relationship in a previous lifetime or something. Because this is intense. This looks like years and years of dedication and energy and time and effort that you're just throwing in the white towel. Throwing in the white towel, saying, fuck it. Done with it. I ain't doing this no more. Boom. Deuces. Later, tater. So it may be a hurtful thing to do, but a lot of you, I think, don't even have, even if you wanted to, you don't even have the emotional strength to keep doing this. Don't even have the emotional strength. For those of you dealing with a past person, I do think they are seriously contemplating breaking the silence, but they're not doing it. If it's a past person, they are keeping a very close eye on you. Very close eye on you. But this feels to me like the majority of you are finally throwing in the white towel, and whether you know it or not, you have just begun a brand new cycle. You started new and started fresh. By the time the clock strikes 2025, you're going to be able to tell somehow that you are going through a major transition in your life. Major. I am feeling, though, that whether this is a decision that you made or you just let go because you didn't have the strength to keep holding on, that was the best decision you could have made. This feels to me like something that ended a long time ago. It like actually ended way longer ago than you walked away from it. It probably ended some years ago, didn't it? Years before it technically ended. That makes sense? Oh, what's coming in for Capricorn? Who's the next person coming in? Queen of Swords. Well, you do have somebody new coming in, but this is weird. I'm seeing at least one person trying to make their way into your life and you're turning it down. At least one that you're turning down. However, wow, this is weird. This is kind of outside of the time frame here. Somebody's trying to make their way into your life that you're either ignoring them or straight up shooting them down, turning them down. But on the other side of that is the Ten of Cups. Usually, when that comes through like that, I will say you're going to be tested. Usually when you hear me say that you're being tested, it's usually something similar to this, but there's other cards in the mix there. I don't think this is a test. I wouldn't call it a test, but it is happening. It's not happening to test you. You can look at it as a test if you want, but there's just somebody trying to make their way into your life that you ain't really feeling it. So you're shooting them down, turning them down, and then right on the other side of that is the Ten of Cups. That's weird. I don't know if there was a puzzle piece missing in there or what. Usually, like when you're reading a situation like this, generally for the masses, if the circumstances are so vastly different for everybody, then the universe will leave a big chunk of it out. You know, because it'll be too specific, if that makes sense. What's the advice for Capricorn? What's the advice? Hey, don't let your guard down. Especially if you reconnect with somebody from your past. Don't let your guard down. Yeah, I feel like somebody's going to try to manipulate you. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to let your guard down and be vulnerable. There is a time to keep your guard up. I do think that somebody is going to attempt to manipulate you. Don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Scorpio. One of the quickest, fastest, easiest ways to determine whether or not you can trust somebody is to set boundaries and see if they respect it. That'll tell you, 85-90% of what you need to know about a person in the beginning. If you set boundaries and see if they respect it. I know there's some people out there that like to play this little game. Okay, so look, there's this little meme that I see floating around social media from time to time that it says this, and I quote, "I said bye just to hear no, don't go. But instead, all I got was okay, bye." And every time I see that, I write the same comment. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. If you say bye, the person who loves and respects you the most is going to say, okay, bye. If you make a decision and you lay down a boundary and you let it be known how you feel and what you want, the person that loves you the most is going to say, okay, if that's what you want. I can't make you not want that. I shouldn't have to chase after you. I shouldn't have to try to talk you into staying. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to talk you into staying with me. If you don't want to stay with me, all right then, it is what it is. The person that chases after you like that, especially if it's somebody you don't really know all that well, like somebody that's newer, you've known them for 6 months or so, that person that chases after you like that, be careful with that. Because if you say, no, I'm leaving, and they chase after you and try to talk you out of it, that can be an indication as to whether or not they actually respect how you feel and what decisions you make. Think about that. I know a lot of you, that has a lot of your wires crossed. Wait a minute, what? Think about that. That's a red flag. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, what can we tell Aquarius about the person or situation troubling them the most? Woo, Strength card. Could be a Leo for some of you. Yeah, you got somebody stalking you. Is this the fucking Aquarius saga again? You got somebody keeping a real close eye on you. Could be a fire sign for some of you. But just like the Aquarius saga that it is, I don't think they're keeping an eye on you because they want to, like, be with you. It feels to me like they're keeping an eye on you just to be nosy. I think they want to see something bad happen to you. They want to see something bad happen to you. They don't want to come back and make things right. They don't want to apologize and work things out. If anything, they just want to see something bad happen to you. Thank you, Plus Size Mommy, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. There is a karmic tie here, though. You and this person are karmically tied. But that's all this is telling me here. But you know what? You know what? At the deepest level, why would somebody feel that way on a conscious level? If somebody is consciously looking at you and hoping that something bad happens to you, how do they feel at the deepest level? They miss you. They miss what y'all had. They want to be with you. That's why. That's the reason why. But usually people can't sit with that energy, right? They can't sit with it because they feel like, I have no choice. This is over no matter what I do. So the only thing they can do is transmute that energy and turn it into anger. It's the only thing they can think to do. Let's see what's coming in next for Aquarius. Something new coming in, something old coming back. What's coming in next, new or old? Damn, strength card again. Some of y'all got a Leo headed your way. Be careful with that. That is your opposite sign. I know that's not all of you, but it jumped out for you 2 times in a row through 2 different decks. Every sign has an opposite sign. And I see that very frequently come through my line of work. Personally, I've never personally witnessed 2 opposite signs have a successful relationship. That doesn't mean it's never happened. I'm sure it's happened out there somewhere in the ether of recorded history. But it's challenging. So anyway, let me see. Hang on. What's coming in next for Aquarius? Some of y'all connecting with somebody at the workplace. Ooh. Uh-oh. Look at that. Could be an Aries for some of you. Some of y'all might end up connecting with your boss. Just saying. I know that's not all of you, but it's screaming at me. The workplace card and the Emperor card both came out in the same spread. But be careful, though, because the next person coming in, it's going to start off as a very, very highly sex-based connection in the beginning. Very highly. You got somebody coming in who I think is fresh out of a relationship. They just got their heart broke. just got their heart broke. 8 of Cups reverse, 3 of Swords. Somebody just got their heart broke and they want a sex-based connection to distract themselves from it. Man, and the Player card, damn it, dude. Be careful with this one. Be careful with this. Be real careful with this. What's the advice for Aquarius? What's the advice? Uh-oh, Devil card again, twice in a row. So just watch out for love bombing ass people. Watch out for love bombing people. I feel like the next person that comes in, probably gonna be real love bombing. That's got love bomb written all over it. Knight of Cups, King of Cups reverse, King of Wands reverse, Devil card. Watch out for that shit. Keep your options open. Don't be afraid to turn an option down. The universe is not a dumbass. The universe is not going to deliver you your person at the wrong time. The universe isn't going to accidentally fuck up and let you miss out on connecting with your person. The universe is not stupid. I don't give a damn if you're in Australia and your person is in China. I don't care if your person is on the fucking moon. When the time is right, the universe will make sure that you and that person connect. Do not underestimate the universe's ability to line that up in ways that would blow your fucking mind. But don't be afraid to turn something down that don't feel right. But, hey, if you want to jump in and have a little sex-based connection with somebody, cool. Have fun with that. Just don't get your expectations too terribly high. All right? Let somebody in slowly. Let them in slow. All right, Pisces. Pisces. What can we tell Pisces about the person or situation troubling them the most? Oh, reconciliation attempt? Uh-oh. 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 Knight of Cups. I feel like somebody from the past going to try to come back and reconcile. Yup. Somebody from the past breaking the silence. Could be an Aries for some of you. Also have water sign, air sign. Oh, man. Somebody from the past going to try to come back and reconcile. Playing the same damn game they was playing in the past. This is just drama waiting to happen. This looks like something that's going to start quick and end quick. They're going to show up in your life. You may think things are great for a day or two, and then pow! It's going to pop off into drama all over again. Yeah, it ain't going to last long. They're still playing the same old games. All right, well. Let's see, is there any unfinished business with this person? What's due to come in next? What's due to come in next for Pisces? Do you have unfinished business with a past person, or is it time for a new person? Do you know this person? Oh, the next person coming in is a totally new person that you do not know. No, you do not know the next person due to come in, and you do not have any unfinished business from the past. Now, that doesn't mean there's not a karmic tie. Now, this is where it gets kind of complicated. Here lately, one thing I've been seeing a whole lot of, is where two people will clear one karmic contract And in the process of doing that, create more karma. That would take me way too long to sit and explain all that. But there may be a karmic tie that was created, but there's no unfinished business in the contract. You and the past person completed your contract successfully. Thank you, Kanga Girl, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. The next person due to come in is a totally new person that you have not met yet. So just know that. Just know that. If you know them right now, that's not the next person due to come in. What's the advice? Advice for Pisces. Well, I tell you what, you hear from this past person, don't let it turn into drama. Especially, here's the thing too, especially because a lot of you already know this person's true colors. You already know their true colors. So what would be the point in letting it pop off into some drama? It would only pop off into drama if you got your expectations too high and expected them to have changed and then get mad when they didn't. The minute you see them playing the same games they was playing, the minute they start showing their true colors again, I would just go completely ghost on them. Go completely ghost. Because creating that drama is going to do nothing but create more karma, and your actual person coming in, it's going to push that timeline out. It's going to push that timeline out because it's weighing you down. Creating that karmic energy is going to put more weight, more vibrational weight on your back. It's going to slow you down. So where you may be on a timeline in which there is, say, a 6-month trajectory, right? Like right now, if the energy stays the way it is in this current moment, you got about 6 months before you cross paths with your person. But if you end up crossing paths with somebody and letting it pop off into some drama, and that energy weighs you down and holds you back, and now you just push that timeline out about 6 months. So now it looks like you got about a year. See what I'm saying? That's another reason why I stay away from time frames, because that's how easy it is for a timeline to change. That's how easy. Y'all know when I do the mid-month messages and I want to see if timelines have changed, well, that's the reason why, because a timeline can change for the better or for the worse like that. Like that. You have one argument with one person. You could push your fucking timeline out 6 months. Oh yeah, you could. Don't let it pop off into no drama. If anything, send them on their way with love and light. Even if they respond throwing hate at you and throwing negativity and bitterness, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let it pop off into no drama. All right, well, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.